on. I think a lot of teams are sort of like trying to remove it as farther from the pool as they possibly can, especially if there are a lot of awkward sort of CT sides that can come out. So for Syman, it is their permaban, of course, getting rid of that one. Inferno picked by Excellency. I believe they played that one yesterday. It was one of their higher played maps in the pool, if I remember correctly, and I think they walked away with the win here. So getting that already strong point here in the first sort of wave of the picks does seem to look pretty good for them. But obviously, taking a look at the wider scale of things, who do you think won out here in the veto?
Well, the thing is, right, you look at it and you go, right, Excellency did pretty good in the veto. They've got Trainow as that third map, which is a map that they play pretty often. They looked, relatively decent against Selector on, and Inferno, a good map for them as well. But the thing you've got to take into account, this is Syman. So even if you've got two out of the 3 maps in the pool, in the veto, that you go, they're good for us, they're also going to be pretty decent for Syman. Yeah, Inferno's not a great map for them, but at the same time, they've had some really close results against tier 2 teams, and I don't even remember seeing a tier 3 team that they've faced off against. So you've got to think for Syman, even with Inferno coming forward, I could just see this being a pretty simple 2-0. Yeah, Excellency could be happy with the way the veto went, and it's probably the best way that it went, but at the same time, these two teams are just different calibers to one another.
Yeah, and that's going to work well on Syman's pick of Dust too, talk a lot about how the T sides are very sort of like proficient, and obviously with Syman having the better firepower, overall, you expect them to be able to take down Excellency pretty efficiently on that map. Inferno as well, also proficient to T side. If you can get a good T side going, then you can rock that half pretty easily. And for Syman, they've currently got a lot of good points where they can really just dismantle the whole series. And Excellency are going to be in a really rough spot for me. I think they were always going to be in a rough spot regardless of how the veto went. But like in terms of the best of 3 overall, do you think there's a chance for Excellency to take us to a third map? And if we go to train, do you think that's going to end up being a series that they can win?
Yeah, look, I certainly don't think we're going to go to a third map in this series. If we do go to a third map, I think it needs to be individuals stepping up. We certainly saw NK in particular was having a monster performance on that T side of Inferno, where he was able to find a lot of entry kills. He was playing with a lot of freedom. The one thing I can certainly see Excellency going to struggle with, Jay, is playing with freedom, because you've got to think for a team like Syman, reading the game incredibly well with so experienced players, that as soon as you make a mistake on that T side or that CT side, they're just going to punish you.
A big mess up over on the Excellency part is just going to be, easily working to the favor of Syman in that respect. So, there's a lot going the way of Syman, and everyone sort of has them to be the favorites in this series. You wouldn't be too surprised. Let's see if Excellency can pull something out of the hat here. Again, an unknown entity, and therefore that can prove to be surprisingly proficient when it comes to pulling upsets out. But let's see whether or not it actually comes down to me here. Pistol round for our first map, Excellency. Starting off on CT side, got the defuse kit and double flash for Harm, the flash smoke HE for Dav, and the double flash and smoke for Neil. And over on the T side, it's an early banana presence play here from Syman.
And look at the aggression coming out from the CT side. Super aggressive out through the apartments. And that gives them the information straight away that it's potentially going to be a B hit. Already finding a couple of opening kills. Things are looking really great for Excellency.
Taps up from Dav. We'll try to see if he can take some players out as they cross. The bomber maker's way out there. And he's the only player to defend. They've got a 5-on-3 situation all in all. And it's the backstab players from Excellency that will be the main issue. All 4 coming in from Banana. Therefore, they're going to isolate Dav and take him down and try and secure the CT part of the map. They're going to close in construction. Going to come out from the banana area now, crossing forward. Keo spots the man, Neil, and takes out one. Dav gets a kill. So does G. Dav holding KDO now here in the construction. He's got to push forward, gets that one frag of the diffuser being stuck though. And a great bait play to keep Syman out of the bomb site. A good retake going the way of Excellency.
I'm really happy with that position coming out from Excellency. We see a lot of aggression. They get a lot of early control. We see great information. Dav, in particular, fighting an opening couple of kills. And what I love as well, Jay, is he just falls back. He realizes the fact, I don't need to keep fighting. I'm just going to hide in construction. I don't need to keep fighting. Let's just hold on to the 5-on-3. The more time I just delay, it gives more time for my rotators from the A bomb site to wrap up through Banana. So for Excellency, they're coming off the back with a very good start. But the thing that they need to deal with now is not quite a force buy, but some upgraded deagles.
Straight in with the double smokes and a flashbang. Oh, nades up, and Norbert and KDO tagged down, 57 each. It's looking particularly proficient, of course, for the CT kickoff. The SMGs coming in, the utility doing the damage as appropriate. I mean, it was a half-bite eco round coming in from Syman with the bomb plant bonus, so they're looking towards rifles the next round more than anything else, so not too surprised that they're going to get ripped apart here.
You've certainly got to think that these MP9s, especially if they can get up close and personal with the Deagles, can really put the power on and take them down relatively easily. That chip damage coming in from the early HE towards the bottom of Banana. And for Excellency, they're taking complete control, at least over towards that Banana side of the B side of the map. Where for Syman, they're just slowly making their way into brackets, slowing it right down, seeing if they can get any kind of a jiggle bait with the Deagles, but even just the lineup for Dab, relatively easy stuff coming out from the CT side.
A simple 5-on-3 situation, favour to Excellency. An M4 picking up those 2 kills. Could have been nice to get the MP9s in to get those frags, but can't have everything. Rylax will take the bomb at the very least, so he gets that, and Holmes will follow suit onto Cadia for the trade. So one player left standing in Mo, taking damage, taking face, and Holmes gets a 2k. So a little bit of money going the way of the CT SMGs, and that will work better for Excellency on their 2-0 start. Syman now up for the bye, though. This is the important round.
Absolutely, and considering that there was only a few upgrades in that last round, it means that the rifle's going to come up in round number 3. They're going to have a pretty good amount of utility to work with. And you've got to think for Syman, especially to sort of get some start going on their opponent's map pick, maybe just trying to see if they can take some map control away. It's been very slow, it's been very passive these last couple of rounds, and it's allowed Excellency a lot of control to get aggressive on that CT side, and that's really where they play their best on CTs. It seems like they're a very aggressive CT-sided team, but a very passive T-sided team. And looking at round number 3, the Ts have taken complete control up to brackets really early in the round.
Now head to the early mid control. They've siphoned off the bomb from the main T-side forces, though. He's got to go back through second mid. Nades on doing damage to both sides, but more so to Syman than to Excellency. Norbert and Keels on 43 and 73 respectively. Flash round from Dab. We're going to see 3 players only get the 1 frag. Mo and Norbert jumps it onto him, and NK leaving it all to 1 man on the back of the bomb site. Rylax hit to mini pit, takes out Norbert, turns us back to an even standing. We now need to hold up against more T-side presence as Mo rounds the corner, gets that kill, leaves it all on Hutchie and Holmes here for the 3 versus 2 retake against their favour. Bomb plant not coming through just yet. The M4's picked up. Won't allow Cadia to cross just yet on the open. Spray through, does so much damage, but doesn't get the frag. The bomb will make its way up to the site, get planted, and Holmes basically with a very small amount of chance here in this retake.
It's going to be a tough one. 1-on-3 for him, and for Nealon, as soon as he just is able to wide swing, he's going to be able to get the information. Holmes has just got so much to do, and, well, he's the only player left. Does spot out the player towards Graveyard, do a hell of a lot of damage onto Nealon, but still can't take him down, and he's just wasting so much time, Jay.
Yeah. Holmes' attention drawn straight to Graveyard, not to the bomb site, not to the retake. Therefore, Excellency get 2 on the CT board. And only to 1 response of Syman here on the T-side start. It should be an eco coming through for Excellency. As a result, USP is out. No Kevlar, no utility at all. And they're mostly saving to go to another good buy up here. So Syman should be in with a 2-all setup. Excellency with a good start. Syman with a better chime back in, and probably should be able to control as well for another good round. Stack into the B bomb site, so Excellency are gambling on this one. And probably should end up leading to a simple little hit for Syman. If they go towards B site, they should be able to read what's going on. And after that, well, it should all just be a case of a just an execution from here. I'm surprised this is working, actually. Like, this looks like a 4-man boost.
We're seeing these last few weeks a really cheeky boost when it just comes to these USPs, and you got to think for Excellency, they're just hoping for 1 kill at most. I mean, Nealon's going to get a bit of a heart attack as soon as he rounds around this corner, but I tell you what, there's an opportunity that the CTs can get a kill here. Just a wall of death.
He knows now that they're all out here, though. Great through from Kade. They're going to try and protect that AK from certain pickup and actually get 2 picks for it. So not a bad eco for Excellency. Grab those Pretty 2 good. Rifles and run to the T-spawn now to save them. They're going to make their way out to the A bomb site. This is going to be a second to the board assignment. AK out here. Taps through, takes G. Just about takes out NK as well. So 3 players stay in check. And yeah, I'm surprised that there was that many players stacked up and they didn't get pushed off the 4-man boost. But as you say, shock of a lifetime here for Nealon as he quickly realized he made a grave mistake going aggressive.
I'm even surprised that KDO was trying to fight there. He probably should have just fallen back and waited for a little bit of a recovery of maybe having 2 teammates or 1 more teammate, because they actually took 2 players going down. Now, it's not going to make a massive difference going forward, but it does mean that 2 players need to reinvest their rifles. So in the long game, the economy's not quite going to be as strong from that last round. Oh, the aggression again, and Hudgy just gets immediately taken down. Banana control established, and you've got to think here for Excellency. Oh. They need to fight back to get a 4-on-4, and well, Davis beat me to it.
What a shot coming through. Very fast adjustment. He barely even knew the player was there. He was just out of his vision as the timing came through perfectly for the T-side member, but KDO not able to get away with his life. At least they find the opening kill on Hudgy, so they have Banana presence, and they have full Banana control if they want to take it. Going to leave 1 player back passive as once they're going to look to hit towards the A site here.
Chaos. This could be a really great position, especially if they can try and bait out at least the pit player or the long player to rotate back into the site of where Dav is. Not a great amount of utility coming up for Syman, so it is going to have to be a few dry pigs coming in. And after the early establishment out through brackets, they're actually giving up of it and now looking to try and hit a B site execution. Oh, and Chaos, that might pull some rotates out because he's the lurker at A. It has. Lovely.
Yeah, straight out and about. He is holding out to CT spawn. He may be there to assist, actually. He's going to flash back over. Give a chance for the FAMAS to get some frags out. No information being gained, no footsteps being heard. As now they've smoked down cross, they should know what's going on here. All to NK, see what he can do. Norbert faces first, goes down. Not expecting New Box to be contested. And no second kill for the FAMAS, though. A player coming up here is Hobbs, the SMG. Denies the bomb plant, a 2-on-2. Motivated back to 1. And Rylax here. Will he go for the retake with his M4? It will be difficult, but it's still possible.
Yeah, look, it's a tough call to make because they know that they're not going to buy into the next round. They're not going to have money. So Rylax might as well just try and go for it, see if he can pull out the clutch, because bringing an M4 into the next round isn't really going to mean too much. At least this way, he could try and opt to go for the 1 versus 2. It is going to be risky, but now he turns it into a 1-on-1. But for Mo, he knows exactly where he is and doesn't need to focus his attention out towards Banana.
M4 looking and gets the second kill. Rylax with the clutch manages to make it work for Excellency. And they do chime back in with a good lead above Syman. Thought they were contested pretty heavily by those AKs, but their investment works wonders for them here. I don't think the damage that they were able to put down in the previous round is going to be able to do them for an eco on Syman. A reinvestment should come through to try and respond, but a beautiful clutch from Rylax, isolating the 1v1s here.
You've got to think, what is Chaos doing there? Like, why aren't both the players hiding and peeking on each other's contact? He's so out in the open, so overexposed, and I don't know whether that's just, you know, hungriness that they want to just take the last player down rather than playing out the time. But for Rylax, he was able to isolate those 2 1-on-1s, and they come around with a victory where they probably shouldn't have been able to.
Usually with the economy state here for Excellency, they're going to come out worse for the buy.
Yeah.
Syman in a really, really good spot here with the AWP out and, of course, the full set of AKs, with the exception of Norbert on a Mac 10, but that's 1 SMG compared to 2, and no weakened rifles versus a FAMAS. The utility damage, again, is going to come through early from Excellency, though. That's something they have been pretty consistent about when it comes to taking on Syman here in the brackets control. Nealon and Mo tagged up heavily versus not a single lick of damage done to Excellency. A minute to go, and Syman going to rethink their options or just put further smokes down. Counter flashes will push the UMP forward. He looks for a kill, but can't find anything here.
4-man stack out to this A bomb site, but it looks like the T's want to at least try and hit B for the moment. And rotation's already coming through. They're actually going to try and gamble B and rotate a 3rd player over. They're in a really great position, but the thing is, NK gets so aggressive out through brackets.
Gets punished for trying to look for those frags, unfortunately, for the CT side. 25 seconds to go, however, and they've still yet to make their move in. Syman, FAMAS picked up on the SMG. As Holmes holds out here from first box. M4 there to back him up. Good crossfire set. He gets himself 2 kills. That might just be enough. 10 seconds, but KDO takes him down. And Rylax on a much more difficult clutch. A 1 versus 3 this time for the B-site retake. And it may be better to save this AK this time.
This time, I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult to go for the clutch. And, well, for Syman, it almost seemed like that round was more mistakes being made from Excellency than Syman being able to read the situation. NK just pushes out through brackets. I'm not sure what the play is there, whether he's trying to get a little bit of information that it's not going to be an A play and gamble over to B, but NK just pushes forward through brackets, gives up an early advantage, and from there, Syman could just play the numbers game. They trade out pretty evenly. Holmes has a really great hold with their MP9 behind first orange as a B, but it's not enough. He doesn't have the support behind him. And Syman are going to be able to tie us up at 3 apiece, and well, now there's no money for Excellency. They might actually have to force, because they're going to get $1,900 next round.
Yeah, double eco status for the CT camp, so it's better to he drops something for Rylax. I think he just dropped a pistol out to one of his teammates with an SMG. Holmes has got one. G, NK, Dav there with the buy-ups, the Kevlar, the helmets, and one player. Deagles and CZ as well, so 2 automatics for the CT camp, and it is going to be an expected force buy, unfortunately. Again, Excellency unable to gain the earlier economical control, so down to a very awkward stance here at 3-all. Probably going to lose that lead, and most likely they can eco off the back of that, so Syman can finally put themselves 2 away, to separate themselves by 2 rounds in the lead.
Yeah, and that really puts the pressure back onto Excellency if that's the case. Again, we're seeing Syman being relatively passive. We haven't really seen too much aggression coming out from them. One thing in particular that I certainly feel as if Excellency is struggling with is denying a lot of map control from the T side. Syman are finding brackets control, apartments, banana, without a lot of a cost in terms of utility.
A little less than a minute to go, and Excellency have separated themselves from the A site defense. They do have a little bit of a setup here with the third man rejoining the main site defensive, and 2 more going to rotate out. This is going to be a gamble stack, and it may well work enough for Excellency. Good kill from Nealon, taking out Dav. Deagle still standing by, ready to take face out here to the pillar area. Second kill found as Norbert takes out G. Nealon's going to hold control here on short. One player on to deal with, and he does get 1 pick with Holmes coming back in as well. Still got Rylax back here to mini pit. Spray with the AK's manic. He gets only 1 frag for his trouble. And a good effort there from CT defensive, but it was not good enough. Syman will keep 2 players alive and go up against an eco.
One thing that is certainly going to be probably one of the biggest elements for Excellency in this entire best of 3 is their trading ability and their raw aim. And I tell you what, we're certainly seeing it so far. We're seeing some really great trades coming out, even in a round where they had a force buy where you couldn't really compare the buys. It certainly was not the same from either time for either side. The rifles just weren't there on the CT side, but they were able to get some really nice kills. The raw aim potential's there, but unfortunately, a lot of the time it comes down to this mid round. Really where Syman come into their own, and even with this 2 B defenders down, they can run into B.
Yeah, it was not much contention being expected here from Excellency. It's just the USP's out, and they're just getting ready to par. 2 kills for KDO as well, so money going to be gained. Now that they will make their way forward, they'll realise that this is going to be a simple bomb plant to receive. Most going to see the last 2 players, though, take them both down with the AWP. Grab that bomb seeding and push it into... Oh, actually, no, never mind.
Всем привет, друзья, с вами Вадик, у нас
so
уже другая игра «САЙМАН против Excellency». Всех хотел попросить подписаться, пожалуйста, на канал, поставить лайк. Спасибо за такое огромное внимание. Очень рад, мы добили 90 подписчиков. Давайте добьем, пожалуйста, 100. Всем спасибо.
Well, that's the thing. You look at the money. They would have been able to get M4s, no problem, but they wouldn't have had enough money to go for an AWP. So this time around, at least in the game we saw from them yesterday against the Edward & Co lineup of Selector, we saw them double AWPing. I believe it was Haji and Dav that was running the double AWPs on the CT side. So this is certainly a potential, realizing the fact, okay, we've given up, 4 rounds in a row now for Syman, or 3 rounds in a row. Things are looking really great for them. We need to stop it down, and we need to gather some momentum back.
Smokes up, put down by NK as well to find a bit more cover here on the bomb site. Good flashing will keep him blind, but they're going to walk right past him without realizing he's there. 2 more max 10 kills, so the economy can continue to flourish here for Syman. So much value gained out of these weapons, but an AK does drop in trade, so Hutchie will take that away, probably run for it. Make sure it doesn't fall back to the hands of the T-side camp. They might go hunting for this as well, especially if they put those Mac 10s in position. They could take down Hutchie with a simple spray headshot. Taking out Holmes would be another great idea as well, but Seeing Norbert challenging 40 HP. CZ can drop him, so a couple of lost players, but again, all the kills go in the MAC 10 with the current float of the economy. Should be seeing a confident economy line with 2 more rebought rifles for Neil and Norbert. KDO may or may not stick with his SMG. Depends on how they're feeling. You can still find value out of this weapon, I feel.
Yeah, certainly. An Excellency, it could be a good opportunity to take a tactical, and I know it's something that we speak about in quite a lot, Jay, the fact of, especially when you're in disadvantages or sometimes when you're in positive scenarios, that taking a tactical can certainly take a bit of pressure off your back, rethink the scenario and exactly how you want to try and play out the round. But even for Excellency, with them losing a lot of control, being 2-0 up and now being down 3-6, they look like they just want to keep playing, and rather than halting for a pause.
There's some Molotovs onto this banana position. Hutchie with the MAC 10.
Ooh.
Dead and buried to Nealand's hands. Orb in for Dav, takes out KDO. Next M4 for 2. Incendiary's back and forth. And the T side make their way out to the A side. Out from long especially. Incendiary's down as Kios gets NK and keeps an advantage flowing for Syman. 2 players on bomb site to deal with. 1 player pushing into the wraparound rotation. Mo gets Dav. Nealand's got his back turned to Holmes, and the spray will come through for him. Still 1 player to deal with on the site. They can take him down. They'll have the bomb plant, but no. Rylax gets the bomb planter. Norbert falls. AWP dealt with. Kills, gets into a one-on-one. Knows exactly where this guy is. But Rylax caught out in the open, concedes the round back to Syman. Yes, they'll lose most of their players, but they got 10k on so many individuals. This is an easy buyback here for Syman.
Oh, that was probably one of the best chances in the gun rounds we've seen from Excellency yet. That was a really great opportunity. We saw some overextensions, which really weren't necessary from Syman. They're playing with a lot of confidence. You can understand why they want to try and take these duels. We saw Nealand trying to see if he can cut off the rotator out for B and CT. Gets caught off guard, and then the overextension through the apartments of Norbert with the bomb. And into that one-on-one chaos, another big clutch. And for Excellency, you look at that 2-0 start and then the Rylax 1-on-2 to retake that B bomb site. Outside of that, they haven't really been able to find a lot of success, Jay.
A good nade kill from Neil, and following up with the AK frag. The SMG is getting involved with the CT side. It's not going to do much, and the AWP has got to get recovered by Hutchie, thrown away, because that way they can't get the rifles out. Good kill from NK to respond, but it's still a 2 versus 3, making it 2-on-2 actually. And his defensive here on the bomb site has been pretty fantastic, all things considered. I mean, the CTs have done a great job of keeping it difficult for Syman as he gets 3. Finds the bomb planter in the apartments, the AWP being spotted out by Neil, and NK now knows what's up. And 28 HP to clutch this. It looks like Excellency are going to return fire to Syman on the T side. AK facing the AWP, though, can't land his shots. Glock going to try to challenge him, but he's not going to win this one. Surely it must be impossible.
You'd certainly think so. This is a really difficult clutch coming out from Neil and NK. My goodness, what a round. 3 insane kills as they just peek him one by one, and even the reface of the apartments to drop that bomb. And Nealand's got so much to do, so little HP to work with, and he's just going to try and jiggle big out the AWP, see if he can bait a shot. But even with that, he's got to try and pick up that bomb, get back to the A bomb site, and in the end, it will be the AWP to connect. So a 4th round up for Excellency, and that round was won by NK, no doubt whatsoever.
Yeah, this from Ars performing so well. 3 picks for a downgrade weapon, a budget rifle here. Incredible stuff for him. And I mean, he did get 1v1 faces, so there always is like the element of, hey, listen, Syman kind of gave up that round to the guy, so... Still a lead for Syman at this stage, but some missteps being made, allowing Excellency to get away with a bit more than they really should expect here. Nealand with the aggressive face, though, again gets that headshot on Dav. He's gone for that pick before, and he's managed to make it work for another good round this time. Hutchie getting rid of that AWP, so that way he could possibly use it, try to evade that rifle falling into the hands of the T side. They got one of their own, though, and Syman also have a man advantage.
Oh, that's so frustrating. You're running the double AWPs in round 12, and straight away, the main AWP of Dav gets taken down pretty much immediately. As Syman, what a fantastic advantage for them to work with. Now, Rylax is holding a position where we saw NK hold in the last round, and he spotted out a bit of information.
And Rylax again able to get a frag. The FAMAS from this position. It feels like the T just don't know how to play out of the balcony area looking onto short. Molotov on Holmes, re-smoke down, the M4 tries to take face of the scenery back on towards Keels as well. Further Molotov out, Kadia makes his way out, bomb being dropped in the open, Holmes gets a nice double, and now it's all left to Mo as Nealon falls. Next good AWP shot takes the first. A 1 versus 3 clutch for him though. It's got 2 more to find over from the library and pit positions, especially mini pit, which is where Holmes is holding from. The bomb can be seen. They've got eyes on, though. He's got to challenge the AWP first and foremost. Hutchi's got basically the perfect angle. He's going to swing and grab that bomb. Is he going to go for a long rotation? Like, surely he can't get to the B bomb site in time from here. Has to reface out of the apartments. Will Holmes give him the time of day? Don't think he will. Scope out, though, from Hutchi. Takes the man down. Nice and easy again. That AWP just holding that angle so patiently there.
And Mo was trying to fake out that he was going to rotate in through Boiler and try and either go short or long, but just the reads there. Hutchi just needs to hold down the crossfire. They've got a player in towards the pit. And a very good round coming out from Excellency. Things looked really awkward there for Syman because they gained themselves pit control, but they also didn't clear out short. And it seemed like there were 2 sides of the T's where they were kind of separated between them. And Excellency capitalized on that, putting up a very strong round after losing that AWP pretty much immediately.
Look at the setup here from Nealon and co. Towards this banana control, Syman trying to find another confident sort of opening pick, but the nade damage again going to keep hurting them, and they've been able to convert these damage plays into picks and rounds, but for this round it's not going to work so efficiently. 2 kills found in the entries. KDO on 12 HP. They got close to a blind spray through that smoke. But in the end, B site will be contested, controlled now by the T's. They're going to spread out so far as the CT spawn, wrap around from Speedway to cut off rotations. The lurker from Keels will also keep his eyes on for any frags that he can find, but the bomb will make his way up to the B bomb site. This is going to be an easy round. Oh, Mo, hold on. Found the turned around. Can't get the second kill. That could have gone awkward, but fortunately the T's are able to clean up.
And, well, even for Rylax, this is going to be a pretty tough job to try and hold on to this M4, considering that there's 2 players that are already lurked around to this A bomb site, making sure that they're taking all these members down. Molly out into the pit. That's going to force Rylax into just complete open. He's been seen. They know exactly where he is. Does swing out, but can't find any more than that. And that's an ultimate tilt round. So we just see there from Nealon, he's working on the edge of the smoke, straight spam to first oranges. And from there, they're like, right, we're getting an opening kill. Let's just run through the smoke. Let's just hop through. They take down the 2 B defenders. Then they start wrapping in through Speedway, and then they have a player in Boiler. For Excellency, they're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere.
A bit of a slump moment there for Syman over the course of the few rounds that Excellency won. You can imagine that they're feeling frustrated off the back of that. They feel that they had momentum to their favor and just posted up a brick wall round right into it there with the hit. And that, you know, the rounds that they got together in a row are just going to get shut down on the economy state anyway. Syman just chiming straight back in, and there's no money to reinvest. They're going to have to go half by eco in this one at best, because they need money for the next rifle round, which has got to come through in the next round. Otherwise, Syman are going to look to go to, 10-5 at the turn of the half. Round 14 and Excellency having to make a real tough decision and go straight out to the mid. Control, but the damage from Rylax gets 2 picks with a single HE. A 3-on-3 situation. Excellency at least doing as much as they can with all they've got.
Well, a 3-on-3, Excellency. They've actually been able to do a lot of damage in these eco rounds, which is really impressive, and trying to keep the economy low. But even with that, there's not many rounds left of the first half, so it's going to be difficult for this round, even with a couple of kills, to really target the economy. Holmes, he's heard the footsteps, but he can't really call out any information because, Jay, he's the last one left.
Yeah, no way into this one. 9 on the board for Syman. At least they can get an AK for this eco, so that's a little bit of a bonus rifle they can use going into the final round of the half. And considering the economy state, again, this is going to be a very valuable weapon to them. Extra firepower, plus no need to invest into an M4. Might buy a few more options, especially when it comes to potential AWP play. I'm not sure where the loss bonus is at for Excellency. It may well be a valuable weapon to hold regardless. I mean, it's going to be a valuable weapon to hold regardless, so just keep it in play. Don't risk it. Back up at T-spawn, held into the corner. No T-side players to challenge him. As we go to round 15, Excellency have one final bye.
And they've really got to make this work. You've got to think the added pressure of potentially going 5 to 10 down, going into that second half. It's going to be a tough one to come back. Now, they do have money to go for the double orbs if they want to go for it. And Dav's going to pick up one. No, they're not going to run the second orb. So it's just going to be Dav on the single orb. And Excellency, this round's really vital for them just to at least stay positive going into their second half. Syman are playing with a lot of confidence at the moment, getting a lot of momentum, looking very comfortable. Round 15, here we go.
Almost boosted up top here over at the quad position.
Oh,
Norbert taking damage and falling to the Molotov as well. So well timed there from the CT side. And that's going to be such a massive pickup to find there, a 5-on-4 situation. I believe that spam came through from Holmes through the window as well. Down over that wall position. He gets another kill for his Trouble Mo. Will try and back with the AWP. Meanwhile, the B hits coming through. Hutchi trades back on the A lurker, but the two T-side players up here to cross will go down on the part of Cadio. Nealon left alone. The bomb dropped out towards C-spawn as well, so positional advantage for the CT side, man advantage for the CT side. Looks like this rifle buy will work to turn us as close as possible for the end of the first half.
Cadio's kicking himself because as long when Nealon throws that smoke down towards CT, it actually gets body blocked from his teammates, so they know immediately, and that's what pulls the attention away from Dav, realizing the fact, okay, we're going to get pushed from CT. We heard the players here. And what a round from Excellency. You're absolutely right. You know, that spam coming in through the back of apartments, through that door position, and the Molotov to finish off the opening kill, almost forced Syman into a position where they forced fights extremely quickly after losing that opening disadvantage.
Big round there for Excellency. It gives them a chance going into their T side. Obviously, yesterday when we saw them play out on Inferno, a bit of a weird situation in which, you know, their opponents that they took on, Selector, struggled when they got on that T-side half. You know, it was such a dominant affair on the offensive line. And the only reason why it was close was because, you know, when they went to the CT side, suddenly things kind of fell apart for Excellency. So the fact that they're able to get these, 6 rounds is going to prove to be a pretty positive sign, all things considered. Especially now that we're looking into what should be their favored half of the map here.
Absolutely. Excellency. Putting up 6 rounds, they can probably be pleased. You've got to take into account you're facing off against a team where you'd have to think over the course of 9-5-1 and 9-5-2, this is probably their toughest opponent yet. Now, they did play crazy in the group stage in 9-5-2, but even that, I would probably rate Syman slightly higher. So when you think of Excellency, you've got to think they've got to bring absolutely everything to the table, because this is even a great chance for them to kind of show the viewers, to show teams in the Tier 2 circuit that, you know, they can contest with teams like Syman.
Pistol round for the second half. Syman not going for a kit or any utility. They're going straight up aim dueled in this one. Holmes and Dav, smoke volley, smoke double flash, respectively. For Excellency, they have set themselves up with a pretty decent, you know, utility play. They could go for the standard B-side execution into the cross and coffins areas. Got a boost up, looking for that first pick on the man that's peeking towards them. Holmes will try flash their way in. And a bit of control out here towards the broken wall entrance. And now they basically have enough map control. They can go for that setup here.
3 players at this B bomb site, though. This could get really deadly from Excellency. Oh, they're going to boost a player up. You don't see this very often in the pistol round.
Smokes down, cross-locked, counter-smoke, and going to come through for Syman, obviously. Nades up, Tatsu, Mosley is spotted. Keels on the backside goes, gets himself 3 headshots, looking for a 4th. Kneeling there to support from the coffins area. And Syman don't lose a single man as Excellency all focused towards cross. No one checks site, and they all pay the price for it.
And unfortunately, that just comes down to a lack of experience when it comes to the protocols. Now, they set themselves up for the 2 smokes at B. You got your CT and your coffin smoke. But even with Mo getting boosted up to flower pots, he doesn't get a single kill, but he pulls so much of a distraction away that everyone is looking into CT. Why is no one looking at the side? Chaos is able to get 3 easy pickings, and from there, Neelan's like, right, I'm hungry, please. I want to get involved in the action. He just swings out. He gets a couple more kills, and they can do high fives across the board because that was an absolute shutdown.
Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff there from Syman. And obviously that puts paid to the T-side that we're talking about here from Excellency. If they can't get that pistol round on their board, then, you know, they lose a lot of momentum going into this second half. Double digits on the board here for the Syman side. To cut down the CT defense from here. Excellency have no choice but to go for the eco round. Look towards the rifles in the next one. No, not even any upgrade pistols, just Glocks across the entire board. There's nothing they can do to contest. Syman in a very good spot here with their rifles out for Masters, everything. SMG for Mo taking first face and taking the first bit of damage, so it's not perfect here on the CT setup, but they haven't lost a pick yet.
A very aggressive angle being held around short from the city side. 3 players all very close from one another. But it's the contact out towards Banana and the Glocks just running up to see if they can find anything. But, well, they're able to find 1 kill, so they can at least be happy that they've done a bit of damage to the economy, not a massive amount. But they'll be looking at round number 18. Get those rifles in, get those AKs up, and get NK to fire up. Because, man, yesterday he was so damn impactful on that T side.
A nice clean-up does actually limit the buy of the CT side a little bit, obviously, with that 1 M4 that dropped. From Arts Van Eelen, most of them on the SMG. The AK's out for the entire T side board, but limited utility set, so both teams are going to be limited in their own respects. Burst up with the M4s, and Neelan's going to face in first. He's one of the players with the kit alongside Norbert with the other one, so more limitations from Syman. An aggression from Norbert, in fact. They're very aggressive here with these kits. If they go down, Syman are going to lose a lot of their retake potential, but they could also gain so much out of the man advantage from here. Mexico covered, stairs covered, second mid covered now here in the aggressive stances. They do take face and do see 1 player. That pops out, nice flick back from Norbert, gets only 1 frag. Dab chimes in, Hutji looking for a blind spray, and KDO can respond back. 3-on-2 overall as Syman's aggression works for them.
They don't have the bomb. It's going to take some time, and now we're seeing Rylax going back to look to pick it up. But where do you even go from here? NK is going to be just a single defender at A. Maybe if he tries to sell a bit of a lurk, then they can bring the bomb to B. But even this is just going to be so difficult because he's going to get sandwiched in a minute from the players wrapping in through CT.
40 seconds. KDO's going to get checked. Oh! No! He looks around at the right time. I don't know what prompted him to do that. Maybe a footstep, maybe intuition. Either way, it's Rylax alone here with the AK. 1-on-3 for him. He does have the bomb this time, so he can potentially push up, but he's got to get these 2 picks. On the man here, jump facing, KDO falls, smoke down towards long cross, which actually buys enough room for a bomb plant here. Rylax on for his 3K. Does he get this? He's hearing footsteps. He knows one player's coming in from brackets. Should also get connection of the dots here to realize that the other player's out here towards long, facing forward. Neelan doesn't give up his angle just yet. He will be seen, but Neelan wins out the fight regardless. So Syman 12 to the board here. Aggression did look like it was going to potentially cost them the round there, but they do come out on top in the end with that retake. Very well played there from the CT camp.
That is such a no-respect style of play in that round. So for Excellency, they can't really do anything. In the fact of they can't set themselves up for a banana take or a slow default out through A and brackets and apartments because you've got 2 players.
Друзья, подписчики мои, всем огромное спасибо за лайки, за подписку, за такой огромный онлайн. Всем большое спасибо. Подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайки.
And for Excellency, yeah, look, they trade out, but it makes it really awkward and it makes you kind of feel very demoralized. The fact of you can't do anything but trade. And that's going to be one mental game aspect that Excellency need to try and hurdle over.
Grenades up, Molotovs in. Oh, Holmes.
Yeah.
2 frags to the face, 10 HP. If he pushed any further forward, he'd burn alive. And it's a HP advantage en masse for the CT side. Not quite the opening pick, though. Nealon might look to change that. Holmes first man out. AK spray through. Gets one. No more than one, though. AK for Keels next up to face around his corner. To the line up for him, and he gets them both. Falls back away. 4-on-2. He's getting the man advantage. Nico gained the round off the back of this alone.
Oh, Chaos has done so much work, and he's hearing the footsteps. Oh, he looks for even more. He wants more, Jay. He wants to be able to get the 4K. And Rylax is the last one left. Does at least try and make this expensive. Oh, Chaos. What a round from him. A 13th now up for Syman. And we gave a lot of praise to Excellency on the T side in comparison to how they were able to play against Selector only yesterday. But it certainly seems like we're seeing a completely different team. And you can really understand that. Syman are putting a lot of pressure on. They're very aggressive. And they're winning out some incredible fights at the moment.
They are. This is going so well here for Syman. And off the back of what we expected to be a good T-side from Excellency as well. This has been suppressed so effectively, so efficiently right now. Syman are in a good prime spot to keep momentum rolling in their favor. Tech 9s, Mac 10s, and all the work's coming out for Excellency on a half buy because they have no choice. They're going to get right up to the map point for the Syman camp. Flashes over. Norbert with one good pick. The M4 does get two before being traded. Holmes does chime into two more frags, though. Matt 10 recovered. Mo gets that all pick on Rylax and doubles up in the end. They grab their AKs. They grab the main weapons. And Excellency back up to one final buy here. They need this round now.
They really do. And you've got to think, Jay, if this is the kind of scoreline we're going to see on Inferno, what's Dust 2 going to be able to bring to the table? Because man, this is just shut down round after round. Syman are looking really strong, and it certainly was expected, the fact that Excellency were going to struggle against a team like Syman, but the fact that they haven't even been able to score a single round on T really starts to press that point pretty well.
Oh, look at the aggression from Norbert, straight out against NK. Dav can trade it at the very least, so they managed to maintain the man advantage here for Excellency. The aggression of Syman worked well in their previous rifles, this time not so much. And I've got a bit of aggression towards Banana as well, just this contact play here from Keels with the cover off long, the cover off sight. Flashes over, they're going to have to rest a lot on Nealon basically to perform with his frags. Now hearing the brackets control come through, and he's taking a much more passive stance here towards Cubby. In general, it is pretty passive with the exception of the pushed up angles here.
Excellency are probably in one of the best positions we've seen from them yet. Now, Dav has got the bomb out and through the apartment, so if he gets taken down, it could be really awkward. But already, two players left on the city side. It's going to be really difficult for Syman. They do have a backstab coming through, but it's already being seen. A great round from Excellency. And, well, they just waited for Syman to over-aggress and to walk into the crosshairs. We saw Norbert swinging out through mid after they lost that opening advantage. And maybe Syman have to think for these next few rounds to close out the game. Maybe let's just play a little bit more passive rather than a really aggressive play style.
And credit to them, Excellency expected that aggression off the back of Syman's initial sort of aggressive faces, and they managed to take them down and adjust against them, so adaptation moves here from the T-side camp. Nades on, HG's over, Keel's going to try to take face. They're back to the eco this time for the Syman side. Not something we've seen for a bit of a fair amount of time here, Dwayne.
Yeah, and one thing that we haven't mentioned at all is Syman are probably one of the best half-by eco teams in Tier 2 Counter-Strike at the moment. They are so damn deadly on these deagles, and well, that's a great start coming out from Norbert. Of course he does. Of course he does. That's right, boys. They are good.
Oh, they haven't checked Mo's angle. Gee, Dav goes down as well. Are they really about to get map point on pistols on a half by on an eco? Knifes out against the AWP Keels that swings. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. Every time you think Excellency might have a chance, they do this. Norbert, how does he do this?
It's just Syman. I don't know what it is, and I wasn't surprised because I had a gut feeling they're going to win this round. They are insane. They are one of the best teams. You look at the percentages of the rounds that they convert on half by eco/forces, and it's incredible. It is such a high percentage, and it just comes down to the individuals. Nealon in particular, their in-game leader, is one of the best Eagle players. It was Norbert in that round, and well, they've given themselves 15.
8 to the overtime here for Excellency. Map point for Syman. Oh, that's just tragic. It is just tragic here.
It is. It really is.
They do get the first pick and the follow-up frag as well. So again, punishing the open aggression here from Syman. The AWP Mo, suddenly the last thing left on the B bomb site. Going to force himself into a corner out in the open as he re-smokes back, sees 2, takes 1. Norbert gets NK meanwhile over on the A side. And suddenly he gets a 2K to a 3-on-2. So Excellency, despite getting an excellent start here in this round, may still look to fall apart. KDO gets stabbed next. It's all left to Holmes. 1-on-3. He hasn't even got the bomb with him. So they can adjust against this Mo. Takes face of the smoke, clears, he gets that frag, tries to fall back here, wrap back around towards the A bomb site. They're going to rotate from mid though, that's a smart call.
Problem here though for Holmes is with him wrapping in through CT, he is really wasting a lot of time. Now, I guess you can make the point that it's going to be an unexpected angle to come from, but oh, look at this from Norbert. He's just a step ahead, and he's hearing the footsteps. This is GG. What?
Ooh.
How does Norbert lose that fight?
Doesn't matter, KDO's got bomb, he now knows what's up. 25 seconds, Holmes got to win the fight. One-on-one situation, 3K up for this man if he can find it, checks out position, and look at the angle that KDO's holding from. Bomb picked up, 15 seconds, he swings out the shoulder bait, gets the shot off, and it goes 16-7.
Вот, друзья, первая карта подошла к концу, да, такая вторая. Всем спасибо за то, что смотрели, за лайки, за подписчики.
It was Excellency's map pick as well, so it's time to be concerned for Dust 2. We're going to a short break. We'll see if the favorites can close this out too.
Initialize booting. These are your targets. You must find, capture and contain them until extract.
Well, Syman were able to take a pretty good CT side of Excellency that ultimately won them their opponent's map pick, especially when we thought that Excellency were going to go in with a strong T side. It may not bode well for them going on to Dust 2, one of the most T-sided maps in the entire pool. Dweg, I mean, it was an unexpected offensive from Syman. Excellency weren't able to hold control on a map that we thought they'd be good on. You know, it did look like a close first half, but as soon as they got going, they were unstoppable.
Yeah, that's the thing, right, is that even with those 6 rounds in the first half, they just never really got going into that T side, which, again, you can kind of understand, but at the same time, it's a little bit disappointing we didn't get to see a bit of a more showing from Excellency. So I'm hoping, Jay, that we get to see a little bit more from them out on Dust 2. This is Syman's map pick, but you've got to think, you know, even going into this, if they can get to double digits, I'll be really pleased. But for Syman, they're looking to just absolutely steamroll this second map.
Absolutely, and you would expect that here on the T-side start, they're going to be having a pretty decent time of steamrolling in the opening half. Pistol round with the double flash smoke for Nealon, double flash defuse for Holmes. And smokes up as standard. The T is just taking face here into the lower tunnels, but the majority of their forces set up to the long house. It's Keels that is making his way up and putting a lot of attention away here. They've only got one player to defend the long house face, which you're going to see them as he pops out, takes some shots, falls right back out position, and it will be Dav to cleaning up near them with the first frag. Kadio comes up with 2 to respond though, spots out a third. Dav trades back to a 2K looking for his third, but dinked out against Norbert as well. 7 HP versus 48, a 3-on-3 as the bomb plant comes through.
And Kios is going to backstab. He's now going into B, so he's going to be able to at least make his way in through CT and try and wrap around through that short position. But already, Mo starting to aggress out from short. Another great pistol shot coming out from the Glocks. And NK is going to be the last one left. Oh my goodness! Those Glocks were insane. The 2K coming out from Kios to start, or from, I should say, Kadio to start that round off. And then Mo out through short. Oh, he didn't mind getting a bit aggressive because he knew he'd find those kills.
Now Syman with a nice opener, and again, they're kind of expecting that to sort of go their way, expecting that sort of dominant force to just come swinging out, getting all the kills. As soon as that double came in from the first player, you would have thought that Syman would have been able to make that just work so efficiently for them, and indeed they did. 4 players out towards the CT stack on long, and Mo going to see those 2 players crossing, realizing there's a lot more out here than just those guys. They will fall back to position eventually. But meanwhile, Syman have taken that chance to gain mid control, look towards short as well. Smokes up, out towards CT. Cross Keel's going to wait for them to make their way out. CT's all held back past the edge of this one. They're going to converge in onto NK's position. A lot of work for him to do. First player out. They're going to be able to do damage to Nealon, as Holmes is the only frag that they can find. Ryalax comes up. They're going to pick back on Norbert. So 3-on-3 at the very least, but the pistols are getting cleaned up in the end. Syman should be up for the second on the board.
Pretty simple stuff coming out. Excellency coming away with 2 kills with just USPs. They can be pretty happy with that. Stacking them together, working as a unit, and going into round number 3, we'll be able to upgrade the rifles. Now, again, when you're on the CT side and you don't force in round number 2, but instead you just go for USPs and you go forward, it does mean on round 3 that you are not going to have a massive amount of money, and that's why we're seeing Holmes on an MP9, a Fama coming up for Haji. Even Rylax has taken a lot of damage to start the round off, but a great shot coming out from Dav.
Almost lined up a collateral there towards that mid fillet, but only able to get the first frag. Keos can reface in, try and take him down. No damage done to the AWP player, though. He's going to get another chance to reface. He sees another one at that gap, but can't take him down. I mean, they're trying their hardest to pick apart the mid control and getting a lot of information for it here. Finally, Syman are going to play away from position. You're not going to give up those angles. Smoke out towards the Xbox smoke. Does not allow a first frag just yet. They do cross in the end. And I think he's seen that bomb as well. Dav takes down the bomb plant. A 2K for the AWP. Norbert starts chiming in, picks towards the A bomb site. They can pick it up, push it through short now. They've got a free bomb plant.
Norbert's done so much work. He's actually brought this round back into a potential round victory. But the problem here is Norbert's been tagged up to just 18 points of health, and now they're in a deficit. They're in a 2-on-3. They can plant open for long if they want. They've already decided to get Norbert quite deep into that long position, and Excellency are going to have to force in the retake out through short.
Yeah, and Kadio's got to do the majority of the work here on the post plant. Norbert could get involved to get his 3K, but it most likely going to be Kadio with his 3. Here on ramp playing contact. Bomb is open for Norbert's position over on long. Gonna try and play off the back of the bomb plant. Good headshot for the first man. See the second man popping up. Gonna just try and play and bait for time. Good AWP shot connects some damage. NK taking even more back to return. Spray gets better for KDO. 2 kills to his name, and the bomb's ticking away. 1-on-1. NK forcing the peek up. The jump phase forces him off the bomb. KDO's done enough. He will go down with the explosion, but he takes NK with him and takes the 3rd round for Syman.
A very great post plan coming out from Syman, and it was a lot of hiding. That really what it was. We saw KDO swinging up, finding that kill, turning it to a 2-on-2, and from there they go, right, let's just try and bait out as much time as possible. Let's not peek, wait for the CTs to over-aggress, wait for some sort of mistake to come through, and that's when we can swing out and see if we can get the kills. As trio start coming up for Syman, and for Excellency, you got to look at Dav and think, man, he did so much work in the round. He got 2 kills, a tag, and it still wasn't enough.
Oh, you're a P50 out here trying to do some damage out towards the lower tunnels. They get dinks off, but the MAC-10 cleans up 2 quick frags. Mo takes that Hutji next up, so potentially there with the upgrade pistols, but all of them getting ripped apart here. Keel's the latest frag on the board with an AK. And the Eagle of Rylax here to try and take down KDO next here in the tunnels. Face up headshot, all 5 alive for the T side. And Syman, I mean, if their damage on the economy in the last round was anything to go off of, this one is a recovery play for the T side money line. Rebuy coming in from Excellency. Should see 2 MAC-10 stay in. That's a good play. There's 3 players without head Kevlar here.
Yeah, don't mind it. Really don't mind it at all. Certainly, MAC-10s, again, we mention it, when they're in the hands of CIS players, they've got some sort of magical touch to them where they can just do so much damage. Going into round 5, Excellency need to be able to find a response, and you've got to be looking at Dav to see if he can find some sort of opening. Now, that AWP is out towards the long control, and Excellency taken complete control. They've able to bring the players back towards the side, just leave Hutji here. And Syman, they're quite content in trying to establish mid-control and don't even worry about long.
Flashes over, Keel's moving in. The smoke down. Molotov set. Holmes is watching behind that smoke, hoping to see something at the gap that they've left here. A bit of an awkward one. It's a tiny gap, but it should be enough to get info at least. Syman not leaning to the mid to B or mid to A player. They're going on short. Run boost around this corner as well, expecting there to be an AWP holding angle. The AWP is actually placed over to the car position. The nade's up. Do damage to Nearland, but not find any picks early on here for Excellency. Finally, the smokes go out. 3 of them in total. See spawn, the smokes out. They've got a bit of cover towards that short position. And now the Molotov towards the back line. Further Molotovs in towards Goose. Flashbang going to keep Dav blind on the AWP. He falls even further back out towards long. They can secure bomb plant from here for Excellency. It's all going to be in the retake. But Holmes will take out 1, and the AWP shot misses its face. Gets out Keels in the end for the 5 versus 3. Almost lands on the bomb planter, but still taking presence here.
Oh, Dav just keeps trying to fire away, and this late lurk, this is all coming down to timing. Oh, and it comes out of Norbert, but does not connect onto all of the damage and all of the kills. But he knows where Dav is in towards the side. Excellency needs to get a bit of a move on and try and stick this defuse. Oh, what a shot coming out from Dav with the AWP, and they've made it work. Man, this AWPer, I don't know why more people aren't talking about Dav. That was such an insane round.
It was good, but I think Syman kind of gave themselves up to him, you know, a lot of faces out towards the default plant position, and, you know, especially that lurk, you know, that lurk could have gone so much better out towards the longhouse. As you mentioned, damage to Hutji, and he couldn't even finish off the kill. That was an easy kill as well. The AWP wasn't even watching that angle. The spray was awkward, so chances were given to Dav. But you are right about his performance so far in this map up. 6 kills, the highest frag count for anyone here on Excellency. The AWP shining bright here for both squads, but Excellency will need that AWP to pick up the pace and hold the rest of the defensive here alongside the AK of Rylax, who's taking contact to the majority T-side presence. 4 players out to the longhouse, again expecting Syman to go here. They're going to completely concede that part of the map, go tunnels and mid instead.
It really doesn't seem like in early rounds Syman are taking any control out to the long control. They really just... It seems like all they're doing is leaving a lurker and taking mid control, so maybe a bit of reads to now come out throughout the rest of this first half for Excellency, if they can sort of read the game plan. Dav holding a very aggressive angle, but they're going to try the run boost again.
Saw that player crossing, expecting another player to be there with the Molotovs out. They're going to catch him in the back. spray is so awkward, but Nealon eventually connects his kill. Got one player towards long who's way back passive. Rylax will find himself a kill, but Mo trades it back with the AWP in mid. Flicks back on towards Holmes, going to keep their attention drawn away here. As long as he can stall for time, it will be mission successful here for the T-side line. Mo goes falling, but Rylax on 25. He gets a pick back. Nealon chimes in onto Holmes. So 2-on-2 situation. They are doing damage, but Excellency have made no further progress into the A-bomb site.
Nealon's in such an awkward position. He's out towards CT. Oh my goodness, he's making it work. 2-on-2. No T-side players are actually on towards the site at this point, but Haji still needs to try and cut out. Oh, Nealon, what a round. He was in a really awkward position. He was trying to force the issue out through CT, and for Excellency, they just couldn't take him down. He ends up getting 4 kills. And man, oh man, you've got to think, even when we're seeing slight mistakes coming out from Syman, sloppy sprays, not as quick on the entries as they were in that last map, you've got to think for Excellency, you need to capitalize on those kills.
Yeah, and it's just ripping apart here for the Syman side. Obviously, they're in such a good spot that Excellency are going to struggle. Scout in for Dav, M4s on 2 for Marcel for Hutchi. There's an AWP for Rylax, which is going to be the main weapon here, but this is a force buy if I've ever seen one. A lot of work will need to be done to try and turn it back around for them. It's nades up to Kios, 68 points of health. At least an early start for the utility damage, which has been pretty good from Excellency, but it won't be enough to get any major frags on the board.
Slowing it right down. Taking this mid control once again. It seems like for Syman, they're a really easy team to read on Dust 2 on the T side, but it's the main fragging ability that really wins them so many of these rounds. Chaos in particular, just jiggle peeking out through CT, easy kill coming through, and they're actually going to fake the mid to B and go up through short to A.
Now onto that bomb site, got the AWP standing, or the scout I should say standing by it for Dav. He's going to be the only player here. Hutchi's going to regress. Norbert's ready for this headshot, going to be locked, and it's all to a scout to defend against the 4 T-side players that are coming in hot. He sees a shoulder bait, does get a headshot on Norbert, turn around for the second. No, Kios trades him. 3-on-2, Excellency stuck in the B bomb site. Probably best for them to wait there, especially as NK goes down. Rylax needs to hold on to the big green gun. Concedes 6 back to Syman, and a good rifle round came in from Excellency, but the response so quick here from the Syman camp.
You know when you're like heating cream and it's too hot and it just gets scrambled? That's kind of what's happening to Excellency at the moment. They're just getting scrambled. They really are just not finding too many opportunities at the moment. They're reading the game really well. They're certainly getting an idea of where the T side are going, but it's just the aim where they're missing out a lot of the time. 6-1 up, you've got to think, even with a tactical, what can you change up for Excellency? Maybe run double orbs, but even that's going to make the economy really expensive. Triple orbs, question mark? Maybe. Tactical pause being used by the Excellency side just to kind of take a bit of moment, Jay, to just realize the situation, saying, okay, I'm going into round number 8. It's just going to be some light upgrades. We're not going to force the issue here. Just bring something to the table. They just need to find confidence in themselves.
I was making such a good point about the triple orb setup as well, and I was completely muted throughout that entire second.
I realized the fact that I was like, he's not talking. Maybe he's muted, or maybe he's just, you know, he's thinking. He's thinking. Do you want to address it again? Considering this round we've only got a couple of half bars.
I was going to say that in theory it's the kind of map where triple orb setup would work perfectly, except the 3 lanes, you know, and from there it all comes down to how the triple orbs, who's going to hit their shots and everything.
Such a great point.
It won't come out, I don't think so. Yeah, like the double orb's certainly more consistent and it doesn't require as much investment. So yeah, double orbs are objectively the better buy, but it really only comes down to whether Excellency have the investment and money for it, which they don't at this stage. So Yeah, ripped apart, as you mentioned, for the half by 7-1 on Syman's board. Excellency. Will they go for double orbs? They've got the first out on Rylax. Dav's going to go for the second orb. NK not going to triple up. So, yeah, they had the orb scout set up earlier, but now going to go full big green guns here for this round. And let's see if they're able to make it happen. I think Dav's going to play A site, Rylax going to play mid or B. I think the B contact and the mid contact here from Rylax is probably going to be their best bet to open up the round.
Well, you've just got to look at how Syman are playing. They're taking so much mid control, so if you can get an AWPing pick out through mid, that could be a great advantage to work with. They're forcing Norbert of the lurker out of that longhouse position pretty much every round into some really passive positions, being backed off out to sort of that T-spawn position. And almost running a triple B setup. They've got 2 players out through mid that can be very quick rotators to that B bomb site.
Utility out, Molotov's flashes. Here come the T side, straight into the B side. NK backed up here on the site, sprays through, drops Arcadia for the first frag. Bomb out in the open, 2 kills in fact for the M4. Looking for his triple, no, Nealon drops him, AWP responds, and it's all left to Nealon for the ace clutch here. The bomb out in the open, so much CC presence, and Dav will shut him down for a second to the board of Excellency.
Oh, what a round coming out from NK. The fact that he just wasn't traded on that site quick enough made the rotations come in just so quickly. He does a great job of taking a couple of players down with him. And, well, for Syman, that's the first time I think we've seen a straight B-site execution. And after that, they might be thinking, okay, maybe let's just keep running defaults and split up short to A because, well, we've been doing that pretty much this entire half and it's been working. Let's just not hit B. And if we do, it's got to be a B split out through mid as well.
Oh, good off shot on Nealon. Rylat's getting the wallbang tag onto the man. Another start here for Excellency that could work wonders for them. Holmes respects is there on Xbox and he checks it initially, but they fall back passive. In general, their setup is pretty passive from Excellency. And the long pit position is the most aggressive they are at, but they're expecting some longhouse control here from the T, so they're adjusting for it. A bit more presence on this position as well. I don't know why. All the information has been coming out to tunnels and mid.
Yeah, I'm really surprised we're seeing so much of a long establishment from the CTs, considering that Syman have gone long once out of 10 rounds. Even pressing forward, we've seen Norbert catching off some very aggressive players pretty often, especially Hachi in particular. And getting closer to running down the clock, closer to 50 seconds. And Norbert. Oh, this could be anyone's fight. What is going on here?
Well, all the wallbang damage couldn't connect onto Norbert's frag in the end. He stays alive at some HP. Oh, Nealon. A great bait and switch. Norbert has dropped for it. The M4 left alone here for Holmes. He gets swung on by KDO. Another bait and switch set up to the short position. They do lose 2 players for it, but they gain a 3-on-2 advantage. Bomb yet to cross jump face with the AWP there. Rylax drops him. Reface back from the other AWP for the T side. KDO gets NK. 20 seconds left to get the bomb plant from here. Going to be all to the retake for this man. He does have a kit. He does have a couple of flashbangs. Better to pick up an automatic weapon, though. An AWP on a retake is always tough.
It's going to be a really, really difficult retake to come through. Rylax has made these clutches work before, in particular that last map of Inferno. AWP out, trying to see if he can get his hands on this AK. He is able to, and Nealon is low on just 20 points of health, but KDO with a swing out from the side is going to grant themselves an 8th round. And you can just see, like, the protocols, the teamwork is just fantastic. The fact that we see a player jumping over to bait out the AWP and long, it's an instant trade. They do the same thing out from short. And for teams, they can be like, okay, how can we implement that into our game plan? All it comes down to is time and practice and just running scrims over and over and over again, running your defaults and seeing what works. We've just seen the timing on a lot of these peaks being just so excellent. And look, there it is again. Another opening advantage out for Syman.
Frag found, a 5-on-4. Tunnelway situation with the M4s out, limited utility sets, of course, for the CT camp. Hook G first casualty, and no real signs of a response here for the Excellency side. They are hearing information, so they are gathering info on the short play. This aggression from Holmes and Dav could do quite a lot, and indeed it does. Ooh. Holmes takes out 2, drops the bomb, looking back for even more. Flashbang keeps his teammates' opponents blind. Norbert and Keels trying back. They've still got 1 player here on short, 1 player from mid. Dealt with it's all on Dav now to deny the round, but he gets too aggressive, and Norbert punishes him for it. He didn't have to push past that smoke. He had bomb control. He had the round under the palm of his hands. Just needed 2 frags to get past the finish line, but it will be a 9th now for Syman.
Oh, so frustrating. It really is. They had a 5-on-3. Like, they had such a, or I should say a 4-on-3, because Mo got the opening pick, and then from there, Holmes does so much work to get 2 kills, and from there, they just throw away the advantages they had. Oh, Mo. He's hitting everything at the moment, whether it's a tag or whether it's a kill, and Rylax can't believe it.
Yeah, he's not happy about that one. There's early smoke down here to try and deny the B rush, but there's no B rush coming in. It's all out to the longhouse. So she gets 1 good deagle shot. That's as far as it goes, though. NK and Rylax. Now just NK alone. KDO getting involved with his frag on the B bomb site. The swing out from the deagle dealt with by Nealon. All the same. 10-2 on the T-side board.
Спасибо всем за сапки, друзья. Спасибо тем, кто подписывается. Подписывайтесь, пожалуйста, ставьте лайки. Всем спасибо. Давайте, не мешаю вам.
Well, I mean, it has just gone so effectively for them. They are playing lights out CS by comparison to Excellency, who it may be lights out for them here in this game.
They've just simply been out-aimed today. That's really what it is. They've been outclassed. One thing that Syman do a really great job of is baiting, and what I mean by that is that they force Excellency to take a lot of duels that they don't really need to, and we saw in that round where Holmes got a couple of kills up through short, they had a fantastic advantage to work with. And just their playstyle, how sort of proactive they are, it forces Excellency to just keep peaking and keep overextending. 10-2 up. This is just such a one-sided performance coming out from the CIS core. And again, another tag shot coming out from Mo. This time, it was even smoked out through mid.
Rylax just can't catch a break.
He can't.
Mate, he is molding over on that B-bomb site, just straight up. The spray is doing damage on Dav here. Norbert's just trying to face out here in the longhouse. Can't take down anyone, can't get the kills. Can't get the damage at this moment. A minute and 20 right now, things are just looking so fantastic for Syman. There's no damage done to them. They've got their mid control. They're expecting to see an aggressive face from Excellency. When they don't get it, they'll look towards the hit. A minute to go before that hit comes through.
And Syman, again, taking this short control. This time around, though, the AWP's actually backed off, so it's complete control coming out. Passing that bomb up to the short face. Mo even wants to try and take a duel out through mid. He could potentially try and swing onto NK.
Time's ticking, smoke's down. And they're going to rotate? I think they're going to rotate, yeah, into B. They put smokes out towards mid on the CT count to try and block off any mid to be split. With 1 player pulled away from the side defensive, it's all going to rest on Rylax here. He's so tagged up. NK will fall first. The player down from CT spawn will cut off rotation. M4 first to just take down one. That's the bomb plant as well. But it does get traded all the same. AWP focusing up, leaving it all to Holmes and Hoochie. Hoochie towards mid. Holmes here on the short position. Dealt with bomb plant 1 versus 4. It's 11-2 for Syman.
And Excellency are kind of thinking, guys, can we go home now? We don't want to keep getting wrecked like this, because you've got a thing for them, right? Like, this is really tough. It's certainly been a tough matchup, and it's tough to even stay positive in the fact that, yeah, look, that second half of Inferno really didn't look great at all. They come into Dust 2 looking to at least put some rounds up on the board, and they've only been able to put 2 on CT side. Going into round 14, their economy has just never really been built. We've seen so many half-buy eco rounds from Excellency. And Syman, they're looking to get in 13. They're looking to close this map out really quickly.
KDO and Kios to open things up here in this eco. And a swing from Holmes. Let's get down Nealon at least double dink with the SMG frag, and they should drop the bomb as well, actually, so that could be something. But you see the recovery, how quick the trades are there from the T side. I mean, the firepower was always going to be available to them. It was always going to be an advantage that they could hold against Excellency here in this round. Norbert ready here. Footsteps heard. Kill comes through. And I don't think there's a way back here for Excellency. And I think you're right about sort of thinking about how they feel about this series, hoping to just end it off and just end their suffering more than anything else. Oh, and the suffering's just going to get worse for one more good round. Auto snipers bought.
Here we go.
This is about to get loud, boys.
It really is. Cover your ears because it is the auto snipers to find some tags.
Oh, they got it.
Well, they find one kill, but it's not even the auto sniper, it's the AWP, and straight away, for Excellency, NK's already low, picks up an AWP, and immediately, like, what even is that from Nealon? What even is that?
He just predicted through the door and got the headshot. Didn't have any info to it other than obviously, his initial face, but no information of the specific headshot angle, so that kill comes out. Damage done to Holmes blind through smoke. Hooji has made his way up towards top mid, so could find something, but if they walk out to B right now, they've got themselves an easy bomb plant here. No one's defending it. They're so focused on the mid play, and they're going to back up passive, but no one can get to the B site in time. They'll make their way out, check out B doors and cars, smoke it down to buy some cover, get the bomb to cross, and this will be a retake here for Excellency in a 4v3 scenario.
And they've even got a lurker out through mid of Nealon, which is going to help try and cut off these rotations because he's already hearing the footsteps of Holmes. Doesn't get the kill going forward, but at least tries to get a little bit of information and buys a bit of time. Only a single kit on this CT side. Excellency needs to get a bit of a move on this retake.
Yeah, mid's clear, the call will come through. Molotovs are stalling for time. They've already wasted 20 seconds here. Syman in prime position to take this victory. Mal gets one frag, KDO gets another. Hot G last man standing, 13 to 2. Almost whiffed that one up there off the basis of the scoreline, but yeah, 13 to 2 favor of Syman. It has been looking so good from the word go here on T side. And I'm imagining in the CT half, it's just going to continue getting better.
Yeah, I don't see there being any way that it doesn't get better. 13 to 2. Wow, what a first half of Dust 2. What a statement to come out from Syman. And you've got to think, for every other team in this Swiss stage, if you're going to be placed up against Syman, you're probably going to be pretty scared because they 2-0'd Gamer Legion yesterday, going into the 1-0 bracket, and they're looking like they're just going to rush their way into the 2-0 as well. They try and hit the B bomb site relatively quickly on the T side.
There we go, straight out of the gate. NK finds that first frag, Nealon trades back. Holmes holds control. 3-2 versus 4. All right, much better for Excellency. Syman on the retake can't get this done. Norbert in a 1-on-4 situation. Good frag for the USP, but NK's there for a response. So, well, I mean, if there's one way to get yourself back in the game, it's shift the momentum, and that was a momentum shift if I ever saw one.
It really was. That's a great round coming out from Excellency. They rushed the B bomb site. They got some really great entries. They put the utility down. Things looked pretty good. Follow up though, this is really where I get scared because I mentioned on Inferno about these force buy rounds coming out from Syman, and they're forcing going into round 17.
Eagle in, NK out. That's a frag, that's a start. Rylax can chime back in though. Hoochie gets KDO. Next door, Nealon does not find the frag, but Nealon triples up. They've got rifles. 2-on-2 situation. Have Syman bought their way back into the map points?
I think they might have. Nealon's got an AK. He's got head Kevlar. He's only taken a little bit of damage. Rylax is so low. Mo's got the scout out towards long, and this is where both of the T-side players are coming.
This is going to get ugly real quick. Mo, so much to do. First scout shot misses. USP though, they missed in their own right. Bomb being dropped. Scope out does not do the damage. But now they've got to commit to the A bomb site. Where can Nealon play from? Short seems to be the most likely position here. Nealon going to keep his eyes set. Not a lot of utility for Dav. Can't put a smoke down to cross. But now the AK is watching a Galil versus an AK. And the AK is on the CT side on what would have been their eco round, their force buy round. Plant down, open for Goose. Nealon now knows what's up. Gonna face forward, Galil's not looking the right way! Neelan's gonna clutch it! 4 frags from Deagle to AK to victory. It's 14 for the CT side.
I knew it was happening. I knew that they were gonna win that round. Neelan, Matt, what was that second shot with the Deagle? Again, he is one of the best Deagle players in Tier 2 Counter-Strike at the moment. What a round from Neelan in particular. Oh my goodness. That gave me goosebumps.
It was the second flick with the Deagle that did it.
Yeah,
that round the corner shoulder bait shot was something, but it was the adjustment up to the second.
Yeah, wow, that was insane. Absolutely insane. And for Excellency, they go, right, let's try and stay away from Neelan.
Or try to, at least. I don't think they're going to let it get away so easily from them. And yeah, that beautiful shooting is going to turn the rifles to the favor of the CT camp, forced by back from Excellency. And they are going to go stack in for an execution here to the B-bomb side. Smokes down, nades on Hook G tag, but Rylax takes KO for a frag. Keel's ready to line up 2. He only gets 1 kill. So, transport now for Excellency once again with their fast speed plays. Flashbang going to keep them flying. Manic spray there from Neelan. Can't take any kills or damage. 4 on 3. Excellency at the advantage here.
And the aggression's coming out from Holmes to at least get a little bit of information up towards the upper tunnels. Hasn't seen anything, and yet there's a save call coming in from Syman. And I actually don't mind this. It means that they're going to have to obviously force a couple of players going into the next round, but retaking B is going to be really difficult, and they've got to think long-term. Yeah, you're up 14 rounds, but you don't really want to waste this lead. Just opt to go for the save, maybe look for some exit kills, keep the economy low from the T side.
Mars next up. Oh, he lines up 2 picks as well. If they all go down, they're all going to go down. That is a lot of lost investment here. AWP and AK recovered.
Oh, that's awkward.
That is going to really hurt the economical state of Excellency. Like, they're going to be so low on cash.
They've got 2 Galils out. That sucks. That absolutely sucks. That is not what they were hoping for going into round number 19. AWP and AK, these are the 2 big damage dealers going into round 19. They really need to be able to find some opening kills, and Mo doesn't quite hit the opener. He's just going to fall back, play passive at A.
It's all down to timing with the smoke and the flash, keeping him blind. If he waited there any longer, he probably gets swarmed and flanked out by the T side. Excellency, however, playing pretty passively at the moment, and they fall back out of the longhouse with the majority of their forces, leaving Dav up here in case they re-aggress. Obviously, that AWP needs to stay in play. Both the rifles need to stay in play and do something here for the Syman bunch, because it's a force buy round, and the rest of the CT players have only upgrade pistols and Kevlar. Holmes being seen. Neelan's going to get out of dodge. Fall back, a minute to go, and Excellency have not gained a start here in this round.
Mo, though, he is going to be the big man of action. He's got 3 players to deal with it short. He takes the shot and falls back, so they get rid of that AWP, but the AK still in play. They're working together, but they do trade out Neelan at least to hold on to a 4-on-4.
It's a big rifle to lose as well. Damage done to Mo in the backline. Keels gets Rylax though. KDO goes trading back to the B-bomb site. And now B's open. This bomb. They haven't seen the player up close. Here comes Norbert with a frag. He gets the bomb dropped. 3-on-2 situation. AWP gets recovered. And there goes Dav next. Hutchie, last man standing. And another force buy from Syman. Another win from Syman. Map and match point in the best of 3. And Excellency, the economy is just decimated.
It is. It absolutely is. It's the Deagles once again. Yeah, you've got the AWP and the AK in play, but those Deagles, man, they get so much information. They wrap around, they drop that bomb. And it's another force buy round going the way of Syman. I don't know how they do it. I really don't know how they do it. But those Deagles on these players are just incredible. And Excellency going into what could be the last round of the game, Jay.
It seems likely at this stage. Picked from Mo. Rylax to go down. Holmes 51, Dav 78. And the mid control from Excellency, we'll see the majority of their forces just stack up here with the Eagles. 3 players on B, 2 on A. No matter where they go, they've got a mountain to climb. And the Eagle face first or misses its second kill. Trade just come back from Holmes, looking on for a bit more damage done. Norbert gets a frag, Holmes gets another Eagle shot, and so does NK. Okay, 3-on-2 situation, a plan to be secured.
Oh, Chaos, I don't know if he's just been seen with the tip of his head. Holmes with another single shot coming out, and it's all down to Chaos. 1-on-2 with this AK, and they know exactly where it is. Dabs potentially going to swing out for the short position, but gets taken down, and it's all down to NK. Now, he's got the AWP out, just needs to connect his shot, and he keeps the game alive. They are not done just yet. 4 spies from both teams being successful, and in the end, Excellency, will they come alive with a 5th round?
At long last here. But the question is, will they survive the follow-up? We saw how many times Syman forced the buy and still turned around to their favor. Like, you can see what's coming out here. The auto shotgun from Nealon. Set out to the A-bomb site. Initially, Dav gets Nealon to open things up. In that mid control, he falls. 2 more to come out from the short position to try and swing in. So the shotgun doesn't do as much as it wanted it to. And that's the start of a round Excellency can take. Certainly better starts than what they've had against the other 4 spies from Syman.
And this can be Excellency playing with a bit of freedom now. They've got nothing to lose. They're up against series points. So let's just have a bit of fun with it. Let's see what we can find. Even if we can get to double digits, we can be happy. Especially this round in particular, we haven't seen the 4 spy from Syman finding any opening picks. That's really where they normally put the pressure on, is when they find an opening fight. Not even a single point of damage has been done to the T's.
Yeah, one of the more confident rounds we've seen from Excellency so far. We'll get them up to a bit of a better start here on the T-side line. Smoke's up. Mo's got a gap to work with. Is anyone going to cover this off? Smoke comes forward. Flash in, he peeks forward, sees a lot of T-side presence, but gets taken out by it. So Norbert left with an Eagle at Gandalf alongside the XM picked up by Kios. At long range, it can't do much. Bomb plant open. This could be an opportunity. What's Norbert thinking here? What's he going to try for? Is he going to go for a ninja? That would be the most ballsy thing. Without a kit or a smoke either. No one's going to check his position as well.
Haji's thinking about it. He's certainly thinking about it. Checks it out in the end. And well, Norbert was being a bit sneaky for a little while there, but Excellency clean up the round really nicely. And considering that that wasn't a rifle round, I would even say that that's probably one of the strongest rounds we've seen from them on Dust 2 yet, dealing with that 4 spy incredibly well. And opening a chance for a bit of a comeback, knowing the fact that they're going to be up against USPs, completely resetting the economy now from Syman. Oh, great shot from Dav.
Frag found. A smoke down to that mid position to ensure that they short control here. They're blocked off from that mid face. Molotovs and flashes over as he provides support. Sees them coming in. Can't land this shot. Gets tagged up a little bit. It's NK there with a frag, but a lot of CT presence here. Could take out some rifles, and unfortunately they can't. So Syman doing their best with their mid-eco stack. The AWP does drop. It does get recovered as well, though. So Excellency with 7 to the T-side board. And I believe a rebuy should come through from Syman. They forced up on 2 players, so it looks likely here.
Yeah, they probably could have ecoed for another round and got that AWP out for Mo and a bit more utility going forward, but they're looking to put the pressure on now. They want to end this as quickly as they can. They don't want to just keep wasting rounds. Get home to their sweet supper, Jay. And Excellency will, they're just trying to fight to keep this comeback alive.
And a task to do so at this stage. 8 rounds to the comeback. This is where they lost it against Syman in the last map. Boost up position with the M4. Syman just playing their setup defaults. Short control coming out from Excellency, and they've got Nealon here to try and push up from short and try and take them down if they make their way past the smokes. But so far, so quiet here in the early round.
And not a lot of contact coming out from either side, but it looks like it's going to be a split in through this A bomb side. They need to make sure that they're recovering that bomb, and that's exactly why Dav's falling back to a little bit more of a passive position to pick it up. Norbert, the overextension could work out fantastically for Relax, but he actually doesn't hold the angle in time.
Pulls back out position. Syman just stalling for time here. A second player to this long control, 2 M4s to face, and Norbert's going to continue facing around the corner. Don't overextend Nate, you're going to lose control. He does damage to Rylax, to the line up. Damage done to the second player as a 2-for-1 all in all favors the T side camp. Nealon, last player on the A bomb side. Got to deal with Shaw, got to deal with Bomb out here on long. The AWP's there to support it. And finally, Excellency getting some good T side executions here. 2-on-4 for KDO and Mo. Maybe better to save on this retake. The bomb plant's coming through, player at Gandalf seen. The AUG spray does go well, they find that much here. No HGs to get to the bomb site, nothing to take down Hutji with on Goose. Best they can do is face up, look for the headshot angles. KDO gets Holmes and gets Hutji. Surely not, no, not today. But that AUG got away with so much in that one. Excellency giving up the man advantage, and for a moment, it looked like Syman were going to turn things around.
A 2-on-4 ends up going into the 1-on-2 for Dav, but in particular, him with the AWP being pretty rock solid for this Excellency side over the course of the first map and second. And they're getting closer and closer to double digits, Jay. It is going to be 7 rounds in a row for them if they do want to get to OT, which is certainly a difficult thought to think about. And even the nades doing an early damage onto Dav, but the play out through long, and Nealon, oh, what a shot for the Deagle.
Good frag found, head taken clean off, 4-on-4 situation. Deagle close, Holmes. Oh, he's dropped the bomb. The Deagle shots are fantastic. The flashbang down there with the AWP. He's going to get another chance. Norbert allowed so much, but Hutji and NK turn it back to a 2-on-2. So order has been restored by Excellency, but there's an AK for Nealon. The B bomb site being played around here. KDO slipped right past it. They think B's open. They can go wrap around. If that bomb goes through tunnels, KDO's got the round-winning advantage.
They think B's open. That's the scary point. But even for Hutji, he's still making his way out through him short. Excellency, they've got to bring this bomb to B. They've got to bring this bomb to B, and they're going to have a shock of a lifetime when they know KDO's there.
Hutji slow rotating, NK not taking face. The AK kill comes out, and now Hutji fast makes his way into the tunnels. They've got no idea. They've got no damn idea about KDO. AK switched out to Hutji's going to keep his eyes on towards the B doors. Back to turn. Deagle shot comes through. And Syman are going to win it with pistols. But I didn't expect anything less. 16-8, 2-0.
Ну вот, друзья, вторая карта подошла к концу. Выиграли Syman. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Спасибо за сапки. Очень большое за лайки, за этот просто большой онлайн. Подписывайтесь дальше на мой канал, кто еще не подписался, ставьте лайки. Ровно в 7 часов у нас стрим будет, где игра Гамбит против... Бля, я уже забыл. Серьезно, я уже заебался. У меня уже какой стрим. Все, давайте, жду вас.
They put up a decent performance. We certainly saw some rounds where we saw a lot of really great kills. We saw the AWP of Dad finding a lot of impact. And maybe for Excellency, they can find a little bit more success